Hey everybody, it's me again, Marcia from Kansas Misfit. I am new to holding my camera where I'm in the video as well, so I hope I do a good job. I want to give you a tour of my garden again from all the rain that we've had. So you can see how much it's grown. I can see it too. And then how much weeds I need to get moved out. They don't live here. We gotta keep them moved out. Well, here comes the garden. We need to get our grass mowed. Anyway, let's see, this first row here, we got 5 or 6 rows of potatoes in here. We also have a row of garlic, and back here on the end, when we get on the other side, I'll show you some onions or garlic there too. We got some 4 rows here of iceberg lettuce that's supposed to turn into heads, and then I can have heads of lettuce to sell. Let's see here. And then I have some kale, which I'm going to have to get some out for dinner tonight. Some spinach and some lettuce. Look at the peas. They're growing up. Isn't that nice? Yeah. I think I saw some flowers on here. Let's see if I can see some flowers on here. I'm looking. Boy, this looks really nice. This is a King Tut peas. No flowers yet, I guess. I thought I saw some the other day. That's what I get for thinking. Got tomatoes in here, but I got to figure out which one's tomatoes and which ones are weeds, because they're not coming up yet. So keep pulling the weeds, and then the tomatoes come up. These onions sure have come along from the rain. I pick every other one. Let's see who taught me that. A YouTube channel called my mind's going in blank. Bumblebee Junction, Tina and Mark. They plant theirs 4 inches apart, I believe. And this is like only green onions. They won't get real big, I don't believe. But they pull every other one out and use them as snacking onions. And if you want to check them out, tell them Marcia from Kansas Misfits sent you. Their channel is Bumblebee Junction. It's really nice people. You can learn a lot from them. I am. I got some volunteer lettuce here. Let's see if I can find it on the video here. I need to get it pulled out because I don't need lettuce in with my cabbage. But I got cabbages growing here on this row. My carrots are looking nice. And I got in this row with the carrots, I have green Brussels sprouts. Here's some more carrots right here. This great big row of carrots right here. And on this side, the carrots is, I believe, cabbage. We'll find out when it gets bigger. And on this side, I planted more onion seeds. Never planted onion seeds before, so we'll see how that turns out. And here I have either cabbage, broccoli, or some type of yummy vegetable. We'll find out as it gets bigger. I have no idea what's in here. Hasn't come up yet. Might be celery. I'm not sure what celery looks like when it grows because I've never planted it before. I just wanted to give it a try. And on the end is onions, which you will see when we go on the other side. And here I have a row of zucchini. Hopefully you can see this stuff. And this is either cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, I'm not for sure. It's one of the cool weather crops. And 2 more rows, I'm not sure what they are yet till they get bigger. Here's onions here again. And on both sides of the onions is red Brussels sprouts from, what's it called? Baker's Creek. That's where I got all my seeds. And this right here is more, I'm not for sure. We'll find out. This row here is turnips. Looks like some of them got in the ditch in between, but that's okay. And then we have beets. They're growing really slow. And then I have some green beans here. And lettuce, 2 different kinds of lettuce. It's almost time to start harvesting that. Got a few onions here. And around this pen, I have some Chinese red noodle beans. I only have a couple of them. Hopefully I get something out of it. Let's see, I'll go on this side of the fence. This panel here, I have butter beans I planted. Looks like there's a potato from last year coming up. They do that sometimes. It's hard to get them all dug up. I have some more zucchini here and some wannabe potatoes that came up from last year. I hope you can see these things because I can't hardly see there's a big glare. Can't hardly see what's out here. I have to switch arms because my arm's getting tired. See how I do this here. Okay, I'm trying. Bear with me. I'm still trying to learn how to hold this phone. I hear some weeds with my radishes. Gotta get the weeds out. The rain sure does help everything grow. Here's some more, the onions I was talking about here. Can you see them? And we have the lettuce here. And green beans on this side. I'm having a hard time here. Here's the beets. See if we can see a beet. Oh, can you see the beets there? Hopefully you can see some beets. That's this side of the garden. Over here, I planted some okra, 3 rows, but it hasn't started coming up out of the ground yet. Let's come over here. On the other side of this okra. I gotta get the weeds out of this stuff. I planted some squash. I don't remember which kind. Where's my tab? When I planted some squash here, I got to get the weeds around it out. See if I can see it. Can you see the squash? I'm not very good at this, so... Oh, here's my tab. This is spaghetti squash right here. That's good. Winter squash. Spaghetti is. I have 6 heels of spaghetti squash, I believe. And I get the weeds around here out. And then I have some over here. Some more squash right here. If these were growing, yeah, here's one. Some squash here. I need to get the weeds out from around it. Let me see what kind that is. There's more here. Let's see, it says butternut. This is the butternut squash. I love butternut squash. Butternut squash. I can make soup and all kinds of things. I'm going to try to learn new ways of eating these vegetables. Let's see here. I don't see no tabs, but I have other kinds of squash out here too, but can't remember. I have watermelon over here in this corner. I don't know if it's growing yet. Let's see. There's so many weeds. I'm just going to find the plants and go around them, like 2 foot around each plant. And then use a shovel and get the weeds out. And then have my husband come in here and do his thingy, if he will, with the hoe. He's more powerful than I am when it comes to digging. I don't see anything growing in here for the watermelons yet. Got some squash here, acorn squash. I think I have 4 hills if there's one. And here's one. You can see the acorn squash right there. I hope you can see. And then over here I got pumpkin. I'm looking for pumpkin sprouts. Aha, I see some. There's some pumpkin here. Pumpkin. So we just might have some pumpkins at least. That's going to be nice. I can freeze pumpkin and make pumpkin pies and sell them for jack-o'-lanterns if they get done in time. And then this hill over here is supposed to be watermelon. I'm looking for some watermelon sprouts, which I don't see any yet. Then I planted the Roman tomatoes in here, 20 cages of it. It was so muddy I couldn't even get in here the other day. At least I can get in there today. Look at these green beans. See, the Johnson grass is coming back already. It's going to be a hard time keeping the weeds out this year. If I can get a good harvest of green beans and can them, that'll make me so happy. Because we love homemade canned green beans. I'm planning on making tomato sauce and ketchup and stewed tomatoes and diced tomatoes and all kinds of ways to use the tomatoes if they can just grow. And back on this side of the garden, ouch, something's poking me on the leg. Had this weed stuck on me. Anyway, it looks like my spinach is starting to, let me turn this way. My spinach is starting to, what do you call it? When you can't eat it no more. But I do have chickens I can feed it to. And we're getting more chickens this weekend. I'm going to get some hens. Baby hens. So it'll be a couple months before I put them in their pen. But when they start laying eggs next year, hopefully, then our grocery bill will be a little bit lighter because we'll have our own eggs and we'll have our meat birds. Anyway, that was, I forgot the potatoes in the bucket and the beets in the toilet. Beets in the bathtub. Still sounds funny, toilet, bathtub. Beets here. I got a lot of weeds in there too. Work hard. Stay busy. And then I have in this contraption over here, my herbs are coming up. Lots of weeds in there as well, but got marigolds in here. Here's a weed. And then I got catnip. Let's see. Right down here, second row is catnip. 2 rows of cilantro. And then I have, what is this? Lemon basil. I see some weeds. And then I have, here is some sage. When it comes up, get the weeds out. And then this here row is dill. And then I have thyme. And this here is way down in here. Parsley. Get the weeds out. Then this here row is basil. And this last row is marjoram. Hopefully I can figure out what the plants look like so I can get the weeds out, so we can actually have some herbs to cook with. We have fruit trees. Here's a plum tree. Last year we had so many plums that broke branches off the tree. I didn't know you're supposed to make them like every 3 inches apart. Here's one of the branches that broke off right here. But we should have plums on here. If I see some, I will show. Here's one right here. See this one? If I can show it to you, I can't see. Right there. Hopefully you can see it. We had a whole lot of plums. We have 2 plum trees here. Here's my meat birds. See them? They're getting big. I don't have proper protection for them, so that's why I'm gonna get that coop or that tractor finished so I can move them and they can be in safe areas. My buckets here, 5-gallon buckets that I was growing potatoes in, and they're growing pretty good too. Check them out. See those potatoes? Look at that one. That's really nice. We experimented with these buckets, and this here bucket we grew potatoes in just mulch. We didn't put no dirt in there at all, and this is how it looks like. Isn't that nice? And over here, we're heading over to a couple peach trees. This first peach tree had so many peaches on it last year, broke off 2 branches. And here's one that was broken right there. I tried to fix the tree up so this year might be able to get some more peaches. I don't see very many peach buds on the tree. There's lots of flowers on there, so I figured I'd get some. But I don't know. Here's my other peach tree over here. Nice shady area. See if I can see any bulbs on here. I don't see any, but maybe we'll get some peaches, hopefully. I have no idea. My husband's been cutting up pear wood to use in the smoker. We're also selling it. We're filling up McDonald's fry boxes and selling the wood. Here's our apricot tree. I'm almost there. You can tell the deer's been rubbing on it. Right here, we got deers thick out here. I'm surprised we got anything. I don't see any fruit or residue for making fruit on the tree yet. Might not get any this year. We used to have 3 apple trees, but 2 of them died. I'm not going to say how they died, but 2 of them died. And I haven't even pruned the apple tree because I don't really know where to start on how to do it. This is the closest I'm going to get to it. But here's the apple tree that we have. Hopefully we get apples this year. They're not the best looking apples that when we've got them before, but we have a few. We have 2 cherry trees, and we're going to get oodles and oodles of cherries this year. My husband likes cherries and cherry pie. I like making things, so see if I can find some cherries on here so I can show you. The other cherry tree has a whole bunch. This tree is big, and this cherry tree is little. But the little tree has more cherries on it than the big tree. See? You can see a whole bunch of the cherry stuff coming on here. And that's the little tree. And there's the big tree. Oh well. And then one more tree is a pear tree. And I don't know if there's any, we haven't gotten any fruit on it yet. But it sure do has a lot of leaves. I don't see any signs of pears on here either. But I'm moving these branches around and see if I can find something hiding. Which I don't see anything, so if we do, it'd be nice. If we don't, well, maybe next time. Anyway, that's the garden. And maybe next video you see of me in the garden is going to be less weeds. Thanks for watching. Oh, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Smash that like button. And if you subscribe, hit that bell beside it and move all the way up to the top where it says all. That way you don't miss any of my videos. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ta for now.